Hello, everyone. You're listening to Those Other Girls with Mallory and Friends. I'm Mallory.
I'm Victoria.
And we are changing culture and bringing back traditional values. Okay, everyone. Happy day after Women's Day. When you're listening to this, I hope all of you women, were treated well by your friends and family. I don't know what I was about to say. But no, seriously. Happy happy day after Women's Day to you guys. So today we are going to be talking about conventions, county conventions. I participated in my first one on Saturday. And Victoria, which one was that for you?
Third. And this was like the weekend. This instead of like Super Tuesday, it was like Super Saturday for county conventions in North Carolina.
Yeah. And part of the reason why I do want to talk about this topic is because I didn't know they existed. I had no idea what this was. And I'm learning a lot of things as I go along, obviously. And I'm learning a lot of things. And to be honest, what I'm learning is you have to know to know. So I want to help bridge that gap of knowing to know. So we've talked about precinct meetings. We talked about that when we had Sarah, which we're happy to announce Sarah actually won in Met County. We had her on a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, so we're happy to announce that. And she talked about precinct meetings. So, I guess also too, maybe we can like do a series or something, like going from precinct all the way up to like federal, like explaining everything.
Yeah,
That'd
that worked.
be
Or like up to like our county convention, or not county convention,
state.
state, national, all that fun
Yeah.
jazz.
Yeah. So we talked about precinct meetings, which is kind of where everything starts. And then we talked about our county convention. We're now talking about the county convention. So the county convention is everyone in your county that was at the precinct meeting, or at least turned in an absentee form at your precinct meeting, going to vote for important things for your county for that year. It's 1 year, right?
Yes.
Yes, 1 year. But the positions on the board are 2 years. I know that.
Correct.
So at this meeting, mine was on Zoom, which I pray to God it will never be on Zoom again. Because let's be honest, the people that attend these are typically 60 plus, and we love our 60 plus people. Let me tell you, shout out to Miss Linda. Love you. I think you listen. I don't know if you're 60 plus, but you're lovely. Anyway, we love our older generation, but sometimes stuff like that is really hard. So I really hope that they don't do it on Zoom again, because it was a little bit more complicated in my opinion, because of that. And Victoria, yours was on in real life.
We were in person. Yep.
Yeah.
So it was good. I mean, we were in a church gymnasium, so we were able to kind of spread out. There's sanitizer everywhere. People were being safe. So it was really nice. And I can only imagine, like, we didn't have our chairman went unopposed. He ran for re-election, went unopposed. So grateful we didn't have any election, but I could only imagine having an election online like you guys did.
So ours, okay, first of all, this was the most intense. So I was on Sarah's slate as the PR chair. And so now Victoria and I have the same job in a different county. We can collab.
Yes.
But this is my first, so I haven't done an election since, I don't know, undergrad, maybe. I think, to be like the
Did you run for club elections?
Like in college?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was always appointed because I was the one in Yale. I started Yale. I don't know why I never really ran for anything with Students for Life. And then I was chaplain for the Black Loss Society. What else did I do? I wasn't as involved in clubs as you would think I would be. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was kind of
Well, I
it.
think in college you kind of choose one club and you just do it the whole time. Like there's not
Yeah.
it's not like in high school where like it's only once a month meeting after class.
Right, exactly. And like, so in high school, there was this big race against me, and I'm not gonna say the girl's name, but it was like super intense because I was not very popular, believe it or not, y'all. I was not popular, but she was, and she was gorgeous. I mean, she's still beautiful, beautiful girl. And you know, in high school, literally, it's the pretty popular girl gets the wins. Well, she didn't win, but she didn't win because we all had to do a speech, and she went before me and people started talking over her and she kind of got a little sassy with them. And you know, in high
Oh
school, the
no.
boys don't play that. So then I remember this guy who was like kind of mean to me. Oh, and I was running for chaplain in high school as like the over the whole school. And I was passing, had Bibles.
Oh
So I
yeah,
had
you went to
tiny
a Christian
Bibles.
school. We didn't have
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, Christian school. And I was passing out little Bibles. And I remember I was giving one to this guy who was kind of mean to me. And I was like, yeah, I just want to remind you I'm running. He was like, yeah, I already know we're voting for you. And it was literally just to spite the other girl, but I was like, okay, thanks, I'll take your vote. Like, so that was the last intense race because, like, it was so intense. I remember, to be funny, this guy in our class, he was like, because me and the girl were in the same Bible class, he was like, you guys should have a pray off. And then our teacher was like, no, we're not gonna do that. Like, but I was ready. I was like, sure, let's do it.
Oh my
But
god, petty Christian stuff. We're gonna have a pray off.
yeah, he was like, you guys should have a pray off, and whoever prays the best, that's who we'll vote for. But
Oh my
anyway,
god,
that was
that's
the
so
last,
funny.
yeah, Christian school, the sweet little humor we had.
I love it.
So that was the last intense race I was in. And this was just, I guess, real politics. And I just want to say, I respect everybody that wants to get into things like this. And I'm not even saying like, you know, I personally would never run for president. God bless those that want to. But and I'm not even saying this as someone who wants to be like this big politician that's like, you know, shaking hands, kissing babies. So I'm not saying that as that. I'm just saying this as just like a regular citizen who cares about people and wants to help people. Like, I respect people who go into this and who are very passionate about it, who put in lots of money, time, energy, effort to do all of this. I respect the heck out of you, because this was an intense race. It really was. And so yeah, so anyway, ours was on Zoom. And during these meetings, what happens is there is first they do a prayer, then they do the national
Pledge
Pledge
of
of Allegiance.
Allegiance.
And then they start getting into the topics, going over like things that are going on in your county, different resolutions.
Did
Did you
y'all
guys?
vote on any resolutions?
No, there was a
Neither did we.
resolution. Someone submitted it, but it was something that wasn't dealt with this within the county, which I think was kind of cool. That I like saw that little aspect. Like, I just like learning and seeing the new things that happen. I mean, every time I go to like some sort of meeting or something, I am like, oh, that's new. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Oh, cool. All right, cool. Like, it's just there's so many new things. And the best way to learn is to be involved, is to be in it. So if you're listening and you really do want to get involved in politics, or if you want to get involved in your county something or another, like, the best way to do it is just go and to be in it. So I mean, basically that's it. And that's where you vote for the people who are going to be on the board of your county. And these are people who are going to represent you. They're going to be working on, so like, for example, PR, like I'm going to be doing the emails and some of the social media. I, like we mentioned before, I'm going to do a podcast. And then people like Sarah is going to go, and she's the chairwoman, so she's going to go on the radio and she's going to go on TV. She's going to like be representing. She's going to be helping. There's someone who does fundraising who their whole job is just to get money for the party to be able to go toward campaigns and to help get people elected. Like, that's the whole point of all of this. Let me think, what are some other positions?
What's your plans for the podcast?
Okay, so what in my head, what I want to do is I want to do like a 15-minute, like a real 15-minute podcast
We say that
every
every time.
but this time I want it to be really 15 minutes every I was thinking every day, but I'm thinking maybe every other day where we just talk about like what's going on in Met County so people are aware. And then like, okay, so today is March 15th, and tomorrow CMRW is going to be having their meeting. Come at this time. It costs this much. Also, too, a new resolution or they are voting on a heartbeat bill in the Senate. If you are pro it, make sure you call your senator. Your senator, if you live in the 9th district, because Met County is in 9th and 12th district. Once again, these are the things you learn when you get involved. So we're in 9th and 12th district. So if you are in the 12th district, you need to call Alma Adams and let her know. She'll probably ignore you. And then if you're in the 9th district, you should call Dan Bishop. He's great. He'll listen to you. I probably won't say all that, but stuff like that. Like I wanted to just be completely informative. I wanted to be kind of like and then maybe like once a month, maybe twice a month, we interview someone and make it be educational. But I want it purely to be informative. And I honestly would also like to do a YouTube channel because, and another thing is to talk about, because like I said, people don't know these things. So I would like to maybe interview or talk to someone, like film or get some information out about what is a precinct meeting. Because there were people who wanted to do more, but they didn't know. And like some people apparently went to things they didn't know you need to sign this and X, Y, and Z. So people don't know because they don't know. So the only way to know is to tell them. And I don't think they're doing it. I don't think people do it on purpose, but I kind of feel like everything, like you don't know unless you're in. But I feel like sometimes people are nervous to even come in. So I think we can just push the information out there. Just put it out there. So yeah. That's what I want to do with the podcast.
That's awesome. I love it. Maybe I'll do one. Who knows?
Yeah, you
I have too much
should.
going on. But
or like
yeah,
have someone, or what you can honestly do is just have someone else. So if you guys have like a legislative team or something like that, have them type something up and then you just read it. Because that's probably what I'm going to have them do. Occasionally,
good.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to, like, honestly, I just want to be the voice and the person to like talk about it. I don't want, I mean, I'll do the research if I need to do the research, but like we have all these different teams. All we need is just like a document. Okay, this is what happened this week. Okay, this is what's happening this week. And all I would just do, okay, so then also too, blah, 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 blah. All right, it's been Mal. Have a good day. Make GOP out. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, I know hold on. I know for us, I see Kennedy, come here. Get out of the kitchen. Sorry. So I know for I know for Scythe. I know. I just look over her sniffing. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah, lie down. Kennedy, lie down. Lie down, Kennedy. Thank you.
This is what happens in a live show. Continue.
So I know for Scythe County does a thing where well, the old executive director, I don't know if she's still there after this election, but she would go like live once a month on their Facebook page interviewing local politicians about what's going on, and like she would do a lot of like statewide candidates when people were running. So definitely I think that would be good too, and that's like an easy thing you can do over Zoom. You can connect a Zoom to Facebook. Facebook Live.
Yeah,
we did that some in the election where we kind of grouped off by district. So we had like Northern Guilford, or Western Guilford, Eastern Guilford. Like we kind of grouped it by districts and had like multiple candidates. So like we had the NC Senate candidate, the NC House candidate, the county commissioner candidate, and we only had like one school board candidate up. But we kind of did that, and that one's like really good. People tuned in, asked questions.
Yeah, like I want to do stuff like that, and I want to be super transparent. Like I just want I don't want anyone to ever be like, well, I don't know how to do X, Y, and Z, because I want it to be easy to find, simple to lay out. And I think that's what we need, because once again, I think sometimes people are just nervous. They don't know where to start, how to get started. They don't know how to do anything. And I would love to help bridge that gap to do that. Also, too, that's how we're going to reach things like that, is how we're going to reach people who wouldn't normally vote our way. And that, I mean, we talked about this with Sarah, we talked about this with Brandon. I feel like we might have even talked about this with Osiga. We, in both of our counties, Republicans are the least registered. In Mecklenburg, it's 21%. What is it? Do you know in Guilford?
We're the least. I don't know. It's definitely not good.
Right. So there are so many untapped people that we could be reaching. And part of that is through things like this and like messaging. When so this morning I was able to go with the chairwoman to be she had an interview to talk about what is going to go on with the MEC GOP. And then from there, Pat McCrory, our former governor, had a show. Anyway, so I was able to ask him a question, and something that everybody has always been saying. And I always ask everyone this question because I just want to see if someone says something differently, someone says something different, or if they say it differently. But I asked, what's a good way to make our message? And he said what everyone always says: stories. So I want to start doing stuff like that. Like, I want to start putting that out there, and I want the MEC GOP like page or whatever to almost be like an influencer.
Yeah.
Like, I want
Agreed.
that.
And that's kind of like with my business, what I think we should be doing with politicians is I think we need to be treating candidates and politicians' social media accounts like an influencer account.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Maybe we can we'll talk after.
We'll talk after.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite questions to ask is, why are you a Republican? And that's where you get that story coming, because like for me, I mean, I grew up in a conservative household, but it was when I was just old enough to understand what was going on in the 2009 recession, and then how that hurt my dad's small business so bad. And then when Obamacare happened, my mom had to go back to work because my parents couldn't afford health insurance anymore because of Obamacare.
Yeah.
And I've seen what big government has done to my life, my parents' life, how it's impacted. And that's why I'm Republican, because I believe in little government. I believe in fiscally conservative policies. That's why I'm Republican.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, and stuff like that. Like, you don't live in our county, so no offense, I don't need your story. But
well, why are you a Republican, Mallory?
So great question. So when you were talking, I was like, oh, I probably need to have like a good concise story like that. So honestly, part of the reason why I'm a conservative is because it just, to me, it makes sense and it aligns with my worldview. And I don't want to say the whole.
Well, I feel like your number one issue is pro-life. Like, that's why you're a Republican, is because of pro-life.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe
and like you agree, because for me, mine's physically conservative, but the pro-life also, like, I don't want to say it's secondary for me. Like and like pro-life, I feel like it's primary for you.
Yeah.
But like other things are secondary.
Yeah.
But everyone has their number one Republican issue. For me, it's like fiscally conservative.
Yeah, and pro-life is definitely my number one issue. My second is limited government, because I have just seen how government involvement does not make things better. So my mom does work in impoverished communities, and I've just seen how what really helps the community is the community. So what should really happen is, if you want to help people, for example, is the government should take their hands off, and our tax money should go, if it's not going to go directly to us, it should be going to these nonprofits, because that's the other thing too. Nonprofit, it is so expensive to run a nonprofit. Not only is it so expensive to run a nonprofit, it's so expensive to run a nonprofit that's not like super famous. Like, for example, everybody gives to the Salvation Army. But okay, you know what? Here's an even better example. A21, Operation Rescue. Everybody gives to those. But for example, the person we interviewed for True Justice International, they're not as big. I can promise you they need money, not in a like they're poor, but like they want to run their operation, they need money. Pregnancy resource centers always need. There is not a single pregnancy resource center out there that does not need money. Yeah. So that's why I'm very much for limited government, and I want to be able to do what I want. Yeah. Specifically like religious wise as well. Go ahead.
I'll add on to that. I've been to Haiti. I've seen what it's like to live off $2 a day. I've seen houses literally being held together by candy bar wrappers. And there's so much money that's given to the government of Haiti. And it only stays in the government. It stays in those officials up there. It doesn't get down to the people. So that's why experiencing third world poverty and seeing, look, it's not the government making a difference in their life. It's the nonprofits that go down there, that are building the schools, that are paying for the teachers to be there, that are paying for the doctors, that are paying for clean water, honestly. Yeah. It's the nonprofits that are truly making the difference, not the government.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess, but I want to you had a really good story. And that's the other thing too. I need to work on myself. Sometimes, like if you ask me to type out something, it will be nice, good, clean, and concise. But if you put me on the spot, it's going to be like 3 hours long. So
I think for me, I've mastered my story being married to a politician.
Well, I was going to say, you've probably had to do that for the past, 2-3 years. I haven't really had to. So I really do want to get that down, like get down why. But yeah, so I want to do stories like that on there, on the podcast, on the YouTube channel.
And that's what the Dims do so good too, is they tell stories.
Yes. And I mean, they do that so well. And that's how they do things at like a local level. That's how they get so good. Mm-hmm. And that's how they've gotten to the federal level. It's through the local level. I mean, yeah. So I really want to do that. I really want to have that be a huge focus as well. At least in my role for the next 2 years.
And I would say for something that I focused on, because this is my second term technically, is we focused on raising the voices of our elected officials. Okay. So really sharing, like I would reshare a lot of John Hardisher's post, John Faircloth's, Senator Dave Craven, Senator Amy Galey, our Republican county commissioners. If they post something, I'm doing my best to repost it. We focused less on federal issues and more on raising up the local voices.
And that's another thing too. I think that obviously things like the Equality Act, we should, like the big name pictures. Yeah. Let's like things that are going down the pipeline. But I do think we need to focus more on local stuff, because that is how, at least I feel like in Charlotte, that's how tiny things have gotten through these past 4 years, is because everybody's so focused on what's going on in Washington and they don't know what's going on in their local. And like, I really want the podcast.
Exactly. And I mean, your local officials are the ones that make more of a direct impact in your life. Exactly. And honestly, if you raise the voices at the local level, people are going to go out. They're going to be more passionate to get involved and go out and volunteer and go out and vote with a local candidate versus a federal presidential candidate. Like, it's a lot of hype around that, but you're going to get, it's the bottom-up approach. That works the best almost every time, in my opinion.
And that's what the Dims do. What the Dims do. And we have to start, I don't want to say thinking like them. We have to start using their same strategies to an extent.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel, honestly. Yeah. Like, I'll be honest with you, I do a lot of my research on how to improve social media for Republicans, on how Democrats are doing it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, because they're doing such a good job getting their messaging out. Yeah. What are we doing wrong? Well, to get started, let's do kind of some of their strategies. And then once we get that going, then we figure out some of our own.
Yeah.
They're like, there's that saying, like, you don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Like, everything someone's always done.
Yeah. There is nothing, what is it? I think it says in the Bible, nothing new is under the sun. So like everything.
Or Beatles song, whichever one.
Oh, is that a Beatles song?
I don't know.
It could be. I don't know. Either way, y'all know what we're trying to say. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's conventions. If you really want to get involved, I highly suggest you reach out to
I think you can
go to a club
still,
meeting.
I don't know if you can still go to district convention. That would be something you need to ask your county chairman or woman. I don't think so, but I only do credentials for county. I did
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I mean, our convention was boring, to be honest. No one went up against our chairman. He ran for re-election, and like we had no resolutions. I mean, it's a good,
How
easy
long was
meeting.
yours?
I mean, it's still, I don't understand how it still lasted like 2 hours.
Yeah. How did it
But
last
we
2 hours
had
then?
actually almost 3, to be honest.
What?
But yeah,
How?
we started at, I think check-in finished at 9:30. But let's see, we had Mark Robinson speak.
Oh, excuse
We
us.
had Michael Watley came and spoke. He was our special guest speaker, surprise speaker. It was
He
great
spoke
to
on
see
ours
him.
too, through Zoom.
Oh, he was there in person.
Excuse us. Oh, maybe that he was in some parking lot.
He was ours. It was around what,
hours.
11 o'clock for us? What time was it for you?
I
Probably around the
think
same time.
Yeah, maybe like 10:30 because I think we wrapped up around. No, we wrapped up around noon. Maybe around 11ish. Yeah.
And then they had all the elected officials say a spiel. And then all the clubs say a spiel.
Okay,
So,
yeah, we didn't have any of the clubs say anything in ours.
yeah, because I was announcing, like, we have, if you're in Guilford County, we have our YR meeting on March 17th, and then we're doing a community outreach on March 20th. We're going to go into East Greensboro and work in a church's garden.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a free food for the whole community. And so they have like a year-round garden, and it's awesome because it's such a food desert out there.
Wow, that's cool.
They have like 4 or 5 gardens. It's incredible.
Are you the chairwoman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Yep. Yeah. Chairwoman of the YRs.
Yay.
Social media director for Guilford County GOP.
You are everything. Good for you.
I better get the YR word this year. That's all I tell you.
Do you hear that? Does everybody hear that? Victoria deserves the YR. No, you do a lot.
I mean, if I get it, I'd be pleased. I mean, that's kind of my goal, to be honest. Sebastian got it 2 years ago. I go, crap, I gotta beat him. And then Hardy sure got it last year, so I think it's my year.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Not really sure how many more YRs there are, but think it's my year.
No, but yeah, so I guess that's it. I'm trying to think of anything else convention-wise.
Did you watch, real quick, did you watch the Meghan and Harry interview last night?
I did not.
Oh my god. So good. You need to watch it. We'll break it down.
Okay.
Please. Are you not royal?
Okay, so
it was so interesting.
I'm not the biggest. When they first got married, I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Watched it and everything, loved it. But I don't know. I don't like that she left. I just feel like that was wrong.
Oh,
and
they explain all of it. Like, it's so like interesting.
Okay.
It's interesting. Like, I want to hear your take because it's interesting because people are kind of like both sides, and I'm like,
yeah.
It's so interesting. You need it. And they're having a baby girl.
I did see that. That was on the news. I did see that.
You need to watch it. It was like, it's worth your time. I watched it all.
Okay. At least for the tea.
It's just so much tea.
Okay. I'll watch it. I'll try to go in with no expectations.
Yeah, do that.
With no expectations. Oh, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We'll break that down. Maybe that'll be Saturday's episode we'll break down.
Yeah. Weekly
a big chunk of it.
Yeah.
I think Thursday we're going through Republican value. Start a Republican value series.
Yes. I thought you were talking about like a book. I was like, was I supposed to read a book?
You know, there's actually, I need to send it to you. It's by, I think it's Ida Wells. Don't quote me on that. I don't think that's right. But it's the former RNC chairwoman who's actually lives in Salisbury. She wrote a book on like it's called like Conservative Prescription or something. Oh. And she pretty much is like, she's a doctor, so it's like this thick of explaining like all the Republican principles.
Oh, so yeah.
I'm gonna be kind of using some of that as my background information. Have we decided which one we're going to go through?
No.
Okay, we need to figure that
Yeah.
out. But then we'll get Sebastian's gonna come on and be our Republican expert, and this is the only time I'm calling him an expert. Because let's be real, I'm the smarter one.
Yeah, if we're being honest, no offense.
If we're being honest, I'm kidding.
If we're being honest, but yeah, I mean, I guess there's not much to say about county conventions. I just think that
So
if you want to
next
be
step-
involved, you
Yep.
should.
Next step's district convention. So that will be the congressional district you live in. And then after that will be state convention. And are you planning on going to the state convention?
I was until is that the one in April or is that the one in
May?
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
in Greenville, my old stomping ground. I'll take you out to all my favorite places.
Yay! I'm also I'm planning to go to the YR one in Indiana too.
It's in July. Oh, and then our YR one is beginning of July. It's actually in
Wait.
Our YR state convention is in beginning of July, I think.
Okay.
Mech YRs are hosting it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Lake Norman. Larry was the one that pitched it, and he says the location is absolutely gorgeous. It's right on the lake.
Oh, nice. I didn't know any of this. I'm not as involved in YR as I want to be, but
Kennedy is staring me down. Did you notice I took away her squeaky toy and she's not happy?
But yeah, okay.
I will show. It's a little pink elephant.
That is so cute. I love that it's pink and that it's an elephant.
Yep. She's a Republican through and through.
Yes, love that. Okay. I'm trying to think, is there anything else?
That's it. Just talk about like, conference.
Conference. So it's I know, convention, conference, communication. I don't know. So our conference/summit is going to be March 27th. I'm super excited about it. I went live today. I don't know, or the day before you guys hear this.
Yesterday.
I went live yesterday, and my first one was like close to perfection, and then it disappeared, so I redid it. And it's not as close to perfection, but it was my best. And it was really talking about the summit. Like first of all, we have over 100 people RSVP'd.
Whoop, whoop.
So that's really cool. And I really think that you guys will love it. Like I've been saying, I think you should bring a notepad because you're going to learn so much about such a huge range of topics and about how you as a conservative woman can speak up and you have every right to speak up. And I also too, like, I think you hearing that there's more than 100 people register RSVP also shows that you're not alone.
And we haven't pushed it either. Like besides the podcast, we haven't really pushed it out much.
No, not really. I mean, I kind of sort of post here and there about it, but I'm gonna start posting a lot more about it now that we're getting closer. And I'm gonna post it to
like other groups too.
Yeah.
Like we haven't done much advertising. We're gonna pick it up the next 3 weeks.
Yeah. And just you guys know you're not alone. You're not alone in this fight. You're not alone in this struggle. Even I know there's some people who, I mean, people have reached out to us. People have reached out to me personally as well, who really want to speak up more, but they just can't because of their job, because of their different circumstances, because of their family, because of school, the X, Y, and Z. I just want you guys to know that you're not alone. Like you already you have the two of us that you can always reach out to. Mm-hmm. Our DMs are always open. And you also have at least 100 plus women who are in the same position who want conservative voices heard.
Yep. I agree with that.
Yes, we are here. Also, too, we have some really cute We Are Here merch. I
my mug today.
We have the mug, we have t-shirt, we have stickers, we have a cute little backpack. And I like the branding is so cute, you guys.
Have you ordered anything yet?
No, I need to order the backpack because my book bag broke. And it's super cute. I'm gonna order the backpack, and then I really wanted to get a t-shirt. I wanted to get the crop tee because I have these really cute high-waisted jeans that I ordered, and they're black. And then the crop tee, I want to do the black one.
That'd be cute.
That'd be super cute. Yeah. So, and wear your merch while you're watching. That'd be fun too. But anywho, y'all, RSVP. get some merch, donate to us. If you really like what we're doing, honestly, to help us expand, to help us to continue to do this, we are asking for donations. We have a donation link on the front of our website, and that will be magnificent. If you can't donate or if you can't buy merch, share it. Share the link. Share this episode. Like, subscribe.
Rate, review.
Tell all your friends. Just tell them.
Share it on your Instagram story.
Share it on your Instagram story. Go outside of your dorm right now and tell everybody that walks past you to listen to those other girls.
Yell it down the hall.
Yeah. Tell your dog. Put it on a pigeon.
Put sticky notes on all the dorm doors in your dorm. On the dorm doors in your dorm.
Yeah. Yeah. And your. Oh yeah. I guess. Okay. So all right, tangent real quick, then we're done. So the building that you are living in is your dorm. Also, the room you're living in is your dorm.
Well, is it, or is it just what did we call it? It was like a hall.
No, that's your hall. That's all the doors, all the dorms collaborated.
Well, I lived in Scott Hall. Oh my God, I could show you. I'm so excited to show you all my places in Greenville.
I'm excited to see them too. I've only went for the NF
That's where
concert.
I live. Wait, which one?
NF.
When did they come? Wait, Greenville, North Carolina?
Yes. Or was it Greensboro?
Might be Greensboro. I don't remember NF coming.
Oh.
Because I would have been there.
You heard his latest song, Clouds?
No, Sebastian loves, what is his most popular one?
Therapy Session.
No, Let You Down.
Oh, I cannot stand that song.
My favorite of his, it's like, I don't know if he collabed on it. It's called Start Over. It's like, everybody's got a blank page, a story you're writing today, one that you're fighting. Carry the cross on your shoulder. Or
that's
over. Yeah.
I think that's on.
That's one of my favorites.
Album.
It's like at least like 5 years old.
Oh, okay, so then that's right before Mansion. I'm a huge NF fan. He is the only artist other than the Jonas Brothers.
Oh my God.
And I feel like and Demi Lovato. No, not even Demi Lovato. I think just the Jonas Brothers. He's the only artist I've actually listened to every single song on their album. Usually I just pick the ones that sound nice, and then like I just go from there.
Thomas Rhett. I love Thomas Rhett albums. When I got my record player, the first albums I bought were his.
Nice.
And then Ed Sheeran's Record Divide. That's the other one.
Oh God, I can't stand Ed Sheeran.
Really? I would study to divide. It's weird. I would study to divide. Yeah, no, I mean, I would study listening to it. Okay, but I would also study to, which is totally different, is Fall Out Boy radio.
That is very
which
different.
They're totally like two different things. Like I don't know how nostalgia? I focus in so much when I listen to Fall Out Boy radio.
Maybe it's nostalgia.
No, because I didn't get into Fall Out Boy until college when I watched One Tree Hill. Oh. I think it's like the upbeat pace. I don't know.
That's interesting. Well, anyway, y'all, that was another tangent. We love everybody. You guys have a great rest of your day that you're listening to this. Yes. Be kind to people.
We'll see y'all Thursday.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, guys.